Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully and welcome back to the Silent Hill 2 commentary. Well, after that, wonderful man who was recently deceased by some triangular assailant, well, now we can basically move on to greener pastures. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore this room for now and Pyramid Head is gone. What a little shocker, but now we can explore the rest of the premises and, well, we're gonna be meeting a few new faces in these strange places. But I mean, really all this serves to do is just give us keys to access doors, and bada bing, we do the thing. I think it's also about time we get some enemy trivia going on. And something I didn't find out until a recent playthrough, actually. Well, first of all, we get the map, one of the most important things to get in a Silent Hill game, and again, it's coloured white for your convenience and stands out from the background like any good game should. But yeah, to talk more about enemy trivia recently, you won't be able to do it at this point, but again, by the time you get the shotgun, basically any sort of weapon that has a little bit more stopping power, yeah, you can basically knock the lying figures over, because you'll notice from before when we were roaming around town, their secondary attack is to basically scramble away if they're knocked forwards onto their front. How, I don't exactly know. I guess maybe because their elbows are bunched up against the floor, they can scramble like a little cockroach. But yeah, use a shotgun, knock them onto their back, and basically they ain't scrambling away. I mean, obviously, like any Silent Hill monster you don't give the good old stomp to, they will get up after a time, but I don't know. If you have a weapon with good stopping power, you can stop them. And also we got some moths. Moth. Because James is gonna get eaten up in high school. But I'm sure James will never have to deal with any sort of possessive moths that are trying to infect his spirit and do damage to him. Yep. I mean, I said it before and I'll say it again. I mean, moths are basically just ugly-looking butterflies. Although, I guess to put it another way, butterflies are basically just good-looking moths. Remove their wings and they're fearsome creatures of fear-ish. Also, we see some mysterious green liquid that we'll never see again, and to further elaborate my points on that scene that we just saw before of James sticking his hand in and you're getting worried that something might rip it off. Yeah, that's psychological horror done right. You feel fear about something that's completely innocuous. Of course, Silent Hill Homecoming, terrible game as it is, ended up taking that to its end extreme and was much less scary because of it. I mean, there is at least a penalty for doing it in Homecoming, but heck. Anyway, on to the earliest puzzle of the game, the Henry Mildred Scott. If you know what HMS is, apart from the score of the Pinafort, no, it is hours, minutes, seconds. You can only alter it by using the, clock key, obviously. And basically, wait until you hear a clicking sound, and once you align the hours, minutes, and seconds, the clock will move, for some reason. Why this occupant had the ability to go into another room, I have no idea. Was he the superintendent? Ugh, whatever. The point is, actually, given the damage to the building, I don't think it was meant to be there, so maybe he was, stealing some stuff from his neighbors. Well, at least I can postulate anyway. But regardless of such, let's have a save of the game. Also, I love how the cursor is of, a bloody knife. And I'm pretty sure we won't have anything like that coming up in our near future. But, in any case, basically go around, collect a few health drinks, and continue to explore around this humble abode of, well, some very disturbing content. And something I might actually bring warning to now, there's a certain upcoming scene that we're about to see that, like, I mean, it's nothing graphic, well, okay, it is graphic, I mean, this is Silent Hill 2 we're talking about here, but, yeah, this next bit might be a bit disturbing, so, like, I mean, I'm not usually one to warn people anyway, because, you know, Scully, survival horror, you get what you get because it's one of my main breads and butters, but, yeah, more than anything else, this might be a bit disturbing for some viewers, so, yeah, you might want to skip ahead to about, like, 5 minutes 45. Yeah, I apologize in advance if you're freaked out by this, but, just bear with me, okay? And in spite of the fact that James had his light on, decided to shoot this mysterious monster of death, he is just fine. Honestly, if it was any... well, again, there is a reason why James is doing such brass actions of, stupidity here, one of which you'll be seeing later on, which is just as fucking stupid, but... good lord, this boy is, quite thick. And not in the term that it means these days, I mean thick as in stupid. Goddamn motherfucking stupid! But again, there was a reason we need to go in here, is to collect a key, to start a new day, and everything's gonna be fun. Allegedly. But anyway, now that the third floor is clear, we can finally get things moving again. I'd say we're pretty much going to clear out the bulk of the apartment here. I mean, at this point in time, basically what you're looking to collect is a few coins, so that we can unlock... basically unlock more keys, more... Actually, you know what, I'm having the epiphany now that... this is, like, I think I might have brought mention to it either in part 2 or part 1 or something, but... this really does ring familiar to game design akin to dungeons in an RPG. Like, I mean, you're solving puzzles, finding keys. I don't know, I never really thought about it in terms of, like, brass game mechanics, but yeah, this makes for a interesting action RPG kind of thing. I can't really think of many horror RPG hybrid kind of things. I think the only thing that comes to mind is, Kordelka for the PS1. Well, it was basically like a prequel kind of thing that I think eventually spawned the Shadow Heart series? I don't know, I never played the games myself, obviously, but, yeah. It kind of makes me wonder why they never tried doing, like, a horror RPG or something like that. I mean, I guess maybe, like, the anime art style might kind of cross into something that wouldn't really make people want to play it, or I guess maybe the fact that RPG games tend to lend themselves more towards action rather than horror, but... I don't know, like, I mean, I think there is plenty of grounds to make an interesting RPG. I mean, Silent Hill itself has also had, like, dungeon crawlers and, like, you know, visual novels, like, you know, the Silent Hill play novel that was released a year prior, and... I don't know. An interesting experiment, I think, but, maybe not Silent Hill specifically, since the franchise is fucking dead. Bam, you know, boo-hoo-hoo. But I don't know, maybe something like, I don't know, like an indie game or something could probably do something with it. Well, I mean, they probably have, because, I mean, there have been plenty of horror games made in the RPG maker variety. Some good, some bad, some in between. Why am I musical? I don't know. Just a curiosity I'm thinking about, but in this case, well, this provides some interesting things. Now that we have the canned juice, we can finally read up on some, classy reading material. But first, let's go outside and explore the rest of the grounds. Because we have some puzzle items to pick up, and of course James needs a dip in the pool. Look at him, he's stressed, he's frightened, he just saw Pyramid Head have his way with 2 mannequins, and goddamn, he needs to have a swim. And also, like in Silent Hill 1, James can comically fall over like a dumbass, and well, yeah. Also, there are lying figures in the pool. No idea why. I guess it's meant to be a trap so that when you fall over, they can come and get you, but they don't do that, because, well, you're faster than them. Stronger. Let's run it again, Neo. But yeah. Like, I mean, while I will say that Silent Hill 2's enemies are a little bit on the weak side, 3-shot Silent Hill Stomp, yeah, I mean, you can quite easily just dodge in and out of these enemies, and it's a bit easier to do here than it was in Silent Hill 1, mainly due to the more refined controls, but... I don't know. Oh, what is this? There seems to be a vomity bastard? And, yeah, go off and examine the body in the fridge. Put 2 and 2 together, and I think we all know where this is headed. But in the meantime, let's introduce ourselves to one Mr. Edward Dombrowski.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Do what?
I didn't do anything. I swear. He was like this when I got here.
My name's James. James Sunderland.
Eddie.
Eddie. Who's that dead guy in the kitchen?
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't kill anybody.
you're not friends with that red pyramid.
Red pyramid thing? I don't know what you're talking about. Honest. But I did see some weird-looking monsters. They scared the hell out of me, so I ran in here.
Well, I guess this place isn't too safe either. What happened here anyway?
I told you, I don't know. I'm not even from this town. I just...
You too, huh? Something just brought you here, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, whatever it is, I think you better get out of here soon.
Yeah, you're right. What about you?
I'll leave as soon as I'm done here. Eddie, be careful.
James, you be careful too.
I suppose at the risk of spoiling something if slightly here, I mean, given Eddie's outward appearance and his very sort of childish, what was the word for it, deflections against James's accusations about him killing the guy in the fridge, I mean, regardless of whether or not he actually killed someone is still a bit up for debate at this point, but yeah, there's meant to be an element of regression in Eddie's character, which is present throughout his design. Again, if I can find a picture of it, he initially did have a very different, more, well, better dressed design, but yeah, given the stripy t-shirt, the childish shorts, and the, you know, hat and everything, yeah, there's an element of regression that isn't really touched upon that much in the story, and it's something that I would have liked to have seen expanded a little bit more in the main plot, or at least for the times that we get to see Eddie throughout the game, because we don't really get to see that much of him, or at least in that element of his character arc, but I suppose we'll elaborate on Eddie as we begin to see him again. But of course, that's also where we collect some coins, and yes, now that we've used the canned juice, which gives us no earthly benefits, unlike health drinks or nutrition drinks or anything of the sort, we instead get a little foreshadowing to Silent Hill 4. Or at least in this case, what was meant to be just a one-off memo, and could inspire more Silent Hill games, which I'm surprised the series didn't do more of. I mean, I touched upon it in Silent Hill Downpour, but like, I mean, there's plenty of examples that you could use to detail into full games. Also, I'm trying to think here, I'm not sure if there's meant to be like a bit of a plot discrepancy here, because like, I mean, in terms of the news article here, they seem to imply that Walter Sullivan was from Pleasant River, or something or other, but which I guess is maybe where he went for his high school years, or something. I don't know. I mean, I literally just reviewed Silent Hill 4, but I'm struggling to remember the exact details of where his life went during his later teenage years, or at least at the time before he started murdering people and the time he was hanging around some of his high school chums, like, the newspaper mentioned. I don't know, it's really, like, it's kind of weird, but it's difficult for me to see Walter Sullivan having, like, a normal life and, like, meeting with friends. I don't know. Again, we only ever get to see the more psychotic side of him, and, the innocent childlike side of him, so who knows what he was like as a normal dude. Or at least before he went off and completed the ritual. But, in any case, let's press onwards. Oh no, there is no ladder. There is another building and we are out of date here. Again, well, I'm sure some buildings are constructed like this, like, I mean, well, again, Silent Hill, so that probably does have a bit of an excuse there, but, I don't know, that seems like something where you honestly, would have had to have renovated the building. I don't know. I'm completely confused by this, so in the meantime, just enjoy whatever the fuck this is. This man has some fucking problems. I don't care how mentally disturbed you are, I don't think anybody would do that unless they were, well, part of the Sunderland family. I mean, his father keeps an umbilical cord in his bedroom, and, well, James sticks his hands down shitty toilets, which you should not be doing unless you plan on cleaning it. Which I had to do today. But, you know, cleanliness is kind of good, especially in the bathroom, because you don't want that place to get infested. Because that's where you take a shit and brush your teeth and basically wash off the sins of the day. And to talk about this save combination puzzle, a little bit finicky, in my opinion. I've never really found a game that does save combination puzzles right. I mean, the closest one I can think of is like this one minigame in Sly 3, but I don't know. I mean, actually no, there was, yeah, PS2 did have the rumble features, so I guess there was a way to do it, but you get no such luxury here, so whatever. But I mean, it is well worth your time and effort to, you know, crack this safe open, because you do get a shitload of ammo, which you can put to great use in basically just clearing out the thralls, and well, something that you're definitely going to need to speed up a certain boss encounter we'll be getting to next time, so yeah, have at it. Again, the combination does get a lot more obscure depending on what level of riddle difficulty you're playing at, so again, it is in your best interest to, well, just concentrate, really. Yes, now that we have a full stockade of ammo, we can go guns a-blazing. Much like the Troy Baker voiced James Sunderland in the HC collection that sucks. But anyway, I can't remember which one's which, what name's what. Basically, the other side of the apartments is, well, water-soaked, gives you a few new areas to explore. And of course, well, Lynn House is pretty much our main objective up to this point. But for the rest of this, it's pretty much just spelunking. And again, to talk about combat again, much like Silent Hill 1, you also do have two modes of attack. One's a lighter attack, the other's a heavy attack. You can determine which by the fact that James either swings wildly like he's about to comedically bitch slap somebody, or if he's doing an overhead swing, which is the most powerful one. And of course that stairwell that James just accessed before, which is the blue door, you know, the accessibility, because blue is a calming color. Again, that's pretty much where we need to go for the end game to get out of this stanky apartment. But of course we need to get access to the Lynn House, and we can't do that until we get all 3 coins, and that of course requires exploring the area, so we're basically up shit creek without a paddle. And again, since this is a completely different apartment complex, kind of, basically we need to get a new map, so if you're pretty OCD... Excuse me. Again, if you're OCD about checking the map, you're, well, gonna be itching. Also, I think I might have mentioned it before, but these mannequins are wearing Converse sneakers. A very odd design choice, but hey, I guess James might find those Converse sneakers sexy. You never know, maybe he likes sporty women. Well, yeah, you know what, I'll save that for later. In any case, onwards to new adventure. White Chrism. Could this have something to do with the occult? Who knows? Maybe James could die and find out as he becomes trapped in Silent Hill and used for the cult's evil purposes. And of course, this is pretty much our puzzle and why we need the coins we've been collecting so far. Again, in terms of how the riddle difficulty works, basically your puzzles in terms of the more, well, riddles, let's just call them what they are, really. Again, they pretty much change the wording, depending on what level you're playing at. I believe in... I'm going to use an example from Silent Hill Downpour with the train puzzle. Again, like, I mean, the riddles will basically be worded, like, you know, pretty easily on the easy mode. Again, you'll pretty much have one in the... One pretty much akin to a child writing about his holiday, like, I mean, the train was blue, the man had a red jacket, I spilled some yellow ice cream on my shoes. Again, the second one, I believe, was, like, of a poem, which was basically... a teenager running a high school report about the caves, and of course the hardest difficulty would be like this very obscurely written like epitaph of a man's last dying moments as he was looking around the cave, lost and dying of starvation. Again, it's very obscure, but well, there's a bit of trivia, but I think we'll save it for next time. So on that note, I'm Solidus-Skully, keeping new metal, and take a look at the symbolism here. One door barred off, the other one is open and white, symbolizing innocence. Catch you do's and dudettes later. Bye-bye.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, I'm James.
Angela.
Angela, okay. I don't know what you're planning, but there's always another way.
Really? But you're the same as me. It's easier just to run. Besides, is what we deserve.
No, I'm not like you.
Are you afraid? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Did you find your mother?
Not yet. She's not anywhere.
Did she live in this apartment building?
I don't know.
So, all you know is she lived in this town.
What did you say? How do you know that?
Well, I just figured, 'cause this is where you're looking for her. How else would I know?
Yeah.
Am I right?
I'm so tired.
So, why did you come to this town anyway?
I'm sorry. Did you find the person you're looking for?
Not yet. Her name's Mary. She's my wife.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, she's dead. I don't know why I think she's here.
She's dead?
Don't worry. I'm not crazy. At least, I don't think so.
I've got to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town's dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
I'll be okay by myself. Besides, I'd just slow you down.
What about that?
Will you hold it for me?
Sure. No problem.
If I kept it, I'm not sure what I might do.